Coming up next weekend, that would be September the 9th. That would be this Sunday. It is the Springbank Road Races. I can't believe this is the 44th annual. Jane Graham, the Executive Director for Hospice of London, and BJ Hardick from Hardick Chiropractic. I am just stumbling over my tongue, Jane.
That's okay.
Save me. Save me. How exciting is this, the 44th year?
It is. And Hospice of London is the organization that is receiving the proceeds from the race. From what I understand, there's over 535 people registered for this race so far.
Awesome.
So there's a half marathon and a 5K walk and run and a kiddie trot. And of course, BJ Hardick is the major sponsor of this race, and we couldn't be happier to have him involved.
All right, BJ, why did you want to get involved with the road races? Because 44th annual, these have been going on a long time before you became a doctor.
Thanks for mentioning that.
Welcome.
Well, I mean, Hardick Chiropractic Center started sponsoring this race 9 years ago, and it's always been for great causes, and definitely Hospice has been the cause for the last 3 or 4 years. Incredible organization to work with. It's just, I mean, I've always been involved in sport to some capacity, and we've always wanted to support. Initially, we wanted to start supporting our patients, who so many of them are running this race, and the race has great history. You know, so when you do go back to the 70s, some of the Olympians would come to London to run in the Springbank Road Race. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's why it has such an awesome history. And it's a great time of year. You know, so. It's good for a lot of people trying out their first race because there's a 5K there. There's also a half marathon. So you get some really elite people that are going to be doing New York in the fall and Chicago in the fall, really going for their best practice times at this time of year leading up to the fall. And again, it's just a great time of the year with the kids. The week after Labor Day, the weather's great. And it's also, it's a fun race to do if somebody's looking for their first race.
Definitely. Because
it's in the park. You know, so it's not the hardest, it's not the easiest, but it's definitely the most beautiful course in the city.
It's challenging enough.
Yes.
It is challenging.
And your friends and family can come take pictures of you.
Yes.
Which is a great part of it. Jane, tell us a little bit about Hospice of London and how these funds are really going to help out.
Well, what we do at Hospice, first of all, I'll say we are so fortunate in this community to have such amazing medical facilities. But if you've been diagnosed with a terminal illness, not only do you want to know that you've got the best medical care, but you also need to make sure that you've got the best in regards to your emotional, physical, social, and spiritual aspects of care. Right. And so that's what we do at Hospice of London. We really have programs and services that really help not only you who is ill, but also your family, and at one of the most vulnerable times in your life. So everything from volunteer visitation to support groups to complementary therapies, Reiki, massage, reflexology, we do it all there. The missing component, though, for hospice care in our community has been a residential hospice, and we are going to embark on the building of a 10-bed residential. The official launch of that campaign to raise money in the community for this will be in the spring, but we're very excited about this project. So right now, the road race funds will go towards supporting our current programming, of which we support everyone in our community, regardless of your age, your cultural background, your gender. Hospice of London programs and services are offered free of charge to everyone in our community.
Wow, that is an incredible adventure for hospice to embark on, and much needed here in London.
It very much is.
Which makes the road races even that much more important. Are you running?
I am.
You are?
And 2 years ago, I would go out and I would present medals to the half marathoners. And I will tell you, seeing people who have either crossed the finish line doing their first half marathon, doing their first 5K, it was amazing to see people of all ages, of all body shapes and sizes cross that finish line, and the look of accomplishment on their face was truly amazing. Mm-hmm. So I thought, what the heck am I doing here? Handing out medals. Why am I not running?
Right.
So we started what's called the See Jane Run event. And so we take people who want to learn how to run, do something for themselves, and learn to run, because you just cannot don a pair of running shoes and get out there and run. That's when you come in regards to injury afterwards.
A recipe for disaster.
And so this is the second time that we're doing it, and it is fabulous, and it raises even more funds for hospice.
Can't wait to see you out on the road on Sunday. We'll get more details on the road races coming up next year.